So you want to look behind the curtain? Today I'm giving you a never seen before sneak peek inside my Ultra Endgame account while I clean my gear. Keep your hands, feet, and credit cards inside the vehicle at all times. Things are about to get expensive. Hey guys, so I'm gonna do this one. A lot of my audience is saying that I should do more my personality. I guess the jokey side or the free balling side of shoot from the hip kind of improv streamer guy. So what we're doing today is giving you that sneak peek into my account. I don't even show this on stream. I am gonna try to create an intrigue between what streamers see or what the audience sees in streams and then what the audience sees in YouTube. When Player M asked me which champions I wanted for my starter link, RTAC was my first request, and they said no. Apparently giving away the 1v9 solo god of raid for free was asking a little too much. So I did what I do, I kept pushing, and eventually they said yes. So this starter link gives you RTAC, Tagore, an epic healer and reviver that should have been a legendary, Seeker, the turn meter boost god, and Venom H, because apparently RTAC needed even more damage, plus 100% heal reduction. Now let's see what happens when we take these 4 champions and go from 0 to hero. I want you to see this as if you were at the stream. Streams are going good. We're averaging between 300 and 350 viewers a night. About 3,500 total views per stream, both on Twitch and on YouTube Live, which we just started less than a week ago now, which has been really great. I didn't really expect that much audience in another venue because all I've ever known is Twitch. So thank God one of my viewers said, hey, you should stream on YouTube so I can watch it. And I was like, wait, what? So that was that. So this account is taking a beating every LA season. If you don't know, at the top, it is the fight of a lifetime. So far, this is my 4th season trying. The first season was the infamous Booster Gate, Nick Gate, whatever you want to call it. So I finished 43rd because I didn't want to compete that way. And then the 3rd season, I did 3rd place, which was a great season, a great trial run. And then my 3rd season, which was last season, I finished 2nd. And we're going to push again. We're going against one of the greatest accounts in Raid, the BZK account. They got some really great drivers over there, and we're competing very hard for it. But with that said, it's incredibly hard because you play for 4 hours, you're off for 2 hours, you play for 4 hours, so on and so on. And you have 2 hours to do stuff. And if you don't know, during LA, you have to create, so you play for 4 hours and then you have 2 hours off. You then have to create a balance between fighting whoever is around you. So first, in my case, I'm 2nd, so 1st and 3rd place, but also top 10 or top 15. You got to be ready for that too. So you're always switching gear. You're always creating better ways if the other team outsmarts you. So maybe you think they know that your Crixie is 520 speed or something. Then you'll switch that up and maybe make Fabian 520 speed or 524 speed. And then they'll think, oh, I'll just, keep this Fabian in here because he's slower speed. And then surprise, right? So you're always tweaking and modifying. And so what that does is, especially during 3 times any event, yesterday was a 3 times speed. Today's a 3 times savage. I like to farm them. I definitely need more gear. Gear is always, the game is raid. What are we raiding? The game is not pulling shards. The game is raiding. We're raiding for gear. And we want gear, and we want to cleanse the gear, and we want to roll the gear, and we want to see what we get because it's fun. There's a natural, actually, let me shut this off because all you're going to hear is, so I apologize. Again, I'm doing this just like if we were in a stream, so I apologize. But I'm going to give you a sneak peek onto the account, and I'm thankful for the success that I've been shown by the audience and so on. So what we're going to do is let's put some of these away so that we can let's wait, she's currently on my, okay. So let's put some of these away so that we can work around some of these top tier champions. There we go. That should be plenty of room. So basically what I want to take you through is, and we're doing this series of gear cleansing, and I've done 3 videos now, and I'm getting amazing feedback. You guys are finally starting to wake up to why every time I log onto your account to do an optimization, what we call takeovers, I call them optimizations because I don't really like takeover. I'm not taking over anything. I'm just coaching you. So I don't like takeover. Takeover is just kind of a demeaning to you and to myself, to be honest with you. I'm optimizing your account. I'm coaching you. I'm telling you what you need to do. And then, that's it. So I'm taking over anything. I'm not a driver. So with that said, you're going to get a sneak peek into how I would purge my gear. Now, last night, we run about 1 million energy, probably a month, I think, right in there somewhere. With LA, it's more like 500,000. That might be too high even. But we run constantly. We're running and we're trying to get better gear. Now on this account here, someone already logged in. So we ran speed last night. I ran about 80,000 speed just last night in a 2-hour window. The Dragon team is only about 6 seconds. So it's incredibly fast, uses a lot of energy, but it also, it's like having a bigger net when you fish, right? So basically what I do is I like to look through what I've just rolled. And what this account needs is basically quad rolls. And I'll show you once I leave the screen. We're looking for quad rolls. We're looking for even some triple rolls. I'm also looking for some HP nuking gear, some more of it. I'm looking for some defensive and probably some attack nuking gear, but not so much attack. I have a lot of attack. I'm going to do a video on the optimization of an account in Polarium's view. A little tidbit on this for the next video will be that as I showed you with the shards, that there's an algorithm that you can follow to pull your shard, and it's working and everybody's excited about it. I've been doing it for years, so I was just kind of like, whatever. But people are starting to pull their shards now, and you can see it just as a little tiny excerpt. You can go into your channel, and then as soon as like a top tier champion's pulled, like Solinar or Tectian or whatever, you'll see a bunch of bots. It'll say player 242187 TK2. Why aren't you at your post? They go in there and they all of a sudden they just start pulling, and you'll see player 5421, and you just watch those bots start ripping shards. But anyway, so you'll want to get in there and you get to pull your champion of your choice. But anyways, this is how I do the gear cleanse. And this is how you get to see the sneak peek into my account that I have never showed even on stream. Yet again, I'll say it because it's worth repeating. So let's go through this. Basically, we have a stun set. So what does a stun set do? It stuns. I like it for PvE. I like it for Cursed City. I like it for Grim Forest. And when, or maybe not so much Grim Forest. Maybe Cursed City would be your best usage of it. But basically, you put this on epics that need high accuracy. And you'll start to see them get stunned. And it's a great way to push through content that you may not have the gear for, because you just stun them. And now you get to get another turn out of it, right? So when I look at stun gear, I want to see damage gear. It's a damage gear set. So if it doesn't have speed or some kind of subline where I can try to roll for a quad roll, it's an auto sell. It's an auto sell. So for boots, flat defensive boots, even though it has speed here, it doesn't matter. I don't care. The fastest is going to be your mainline speed. So this again is a sell. I'll look at a 5-star, but I'm not rolling 5-star currently on this account. This is terrible. Terrible. We'll roll that. Terrible. And this is terrible. But why is it terrible? It's terrible. So we have Zeal, right? So crit damage 20%, 3%. So what do I want to see on it? I want to see crit rate because it's a damaging set. But then I want to see only one of the modifiers. I only want to see attack, defense, or HP. But I also want to see speed. So in actuality, this is just a bad roll, and it's unfortunate. So we'll get to this one. What we're looking for here really is to hit this. I'd really like to hit this for quad. And I didn't, so I don't really want it anymore. And that's it. And that's the fishing of top end accounts. So now we're just going through. I rolled, someone must have just opened this up. So this is not worth rolling. The reason why is it does have crit rate, but it's a lower crit rate. Again, this is top end gear. I don't want to keep saying that, but I do want to keep hitting on that. We have our one modifier, which is great. We have accuracy, which is really good. And then we have resistance, which is kind of a schizophrenic piece. So these three work well together, although this is a lower roll that I don't really need. But we're missing speed. We're missing crit damage. We're missing two sublines that would be just much better, substats which would be much better than the resistance. So speed, when you get to the top end, you won't hear me say this a lot in the free-to-play accounts that I use, but you will see when I do an endgame optimization takeover, you'll see that I will say if it doesn't have speed on it, it's not worth it, because now you're competing against other people, and other people, it's a speed game. And so I don't want people to like, and I really, I don't really like content creators being like, oh, if it doesn't have speed, rip it. But it's not true. You have to look at the standard of your account. Where's your account at? And mine is ultra end game. So I'm now looking for pieces that are top tier. So here we go. Here's the crit rate, 7%, flat stat, and then 2 other modifiers. This is completely garbage. Completely garbage. Let's look for some more, because I know we rolled some. So on this speed set, there's no speed. It's bad. But what I want to try to do is hit 2 in the accuracy. Didn't get it. Now, a lot of people will be like, why didn't you just roll every gear to 8 and then try to rework it? Well, I don't have any reworks, so I'm not keeping it for now. I'd rather just get lucky on hitting something. But a part of this is to kind of showcase where my account is and to kind of just let you see it. And what I'd really like for you to do is take this one video. If you've never done this before, take this one video and share it with your clan and just say, this is what your account should look like. This is where you should be going. And the reason why I want to do that is not to gloat, obviously, because people know me. They know the account. It's not a big deal. It's just, I think I read this book. It's an amazing book. It's by Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Person. I've read it 10 times maybe. But one of the chapters is keep the end in mind. And a part of that is you have to know where you're going. Just kind of forging through aimlessly, walking through. Sometimes the journey gets lonely, but also you can get off course. And so if you show this video to them and say, hey, look, this is what you should be looking at. These are the stats you should be looking for. Then I think you'll be surprised at how when you're faced with a decision, now you go right to that end game image, and now the decision becomes a lot easier for you. So this is actually a really, really great damaging piece, but now it's schizophrenic to the actual immunity set. This could be ideal if immunity was in the meta, and it used to be, but I would definitely try to roll this. This is low crit damage, a little lower than crit rate that I like to see, but yeah. If you haven't watched all of the gear cleansing videos, I did just put out a video on how to actually cleanse your gear faster so that you're not sitting on a bunch of stats. So you'd want to watch that, and you can purge I purge about 5,000 pieces, 4,500 pieces or so in about an hour and a half. And then it takes me another 30 minutes or so to roll to 8 and check and see if they're good. Just watch that video and it'll help you out immensely. I'm trying to speed through this because I have a very short window to do this, and I don't want to bore you with a lot, but I am going to go through some of these just to see where we stand with it. And then I'm going to show you some of the gear, which I've never done before. And I think it'll help you understand where your account is a little better, and then comparing it to mine. We're going to roll that. So let's stop there. Even though this is flat HP, this still could be very, very good for an HP nuker. And here's what I'm talking about, high rolls. That was a 7 and a 7. And that's what I'm talking about. So that's unfortunate that it hit here. I don't want to re-roll this. So what I'd want is typically 13 or higher % crit rate. Then I'd like to just slam all this into HP or crit damage, right? And then just avoid this. Now, this is nice to have as a pure nuking piece. I would like a piece like this, but it just unfortunately didn't work out. Now, why we rework this? Because we're only going to the rule for my account. We're only reworking triple or quad rolls, and quad rolls is the target. So it's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. I'm not going to hold on to a piece just because it could be something. It's not. We're moving on. So we're going to run that one. It didn't roll anything. So again, we're just going for quad rolls, triple rolls. I was just thinking in my mind about something. So here we are. Crit rate, still a little low, but it does have a high defensive and, still okay HP with a low speed. Not worth rolling. On Swift Parry, So any top tier piece is worth holding on to if you're intending to rework it. So you could, and I'm going to do it, but I'm going to sell this piece. So here's a perfect example. It hits 2 right here. So then you'd hit 3 and then a quad, right? And it doesn't hit. So this is Swift Parry. It's totally worth trying to, on any other account, this is a really great rework. I wish I have 3 left. I was going to use that as an example, but it's too costly for me right now. I'm sorry. But you could technically re-roll this into something usable. Really good. It's a really good roll. If anybody else gets that on another account, that could actually roll into something. So again, Swift Parry, we're looking for support. If you watch the first video, we're looking for support, 4 support sublines, or we're looking for 4 hardline damaging sublines. So what that would look like is speed, HP, defense, resistance, something like that. And then on the damaging subline or line, the other side, you would look at crit rate as the number 1. I have to have crit rate on it. Like it's just mandatory. Even though you might hit a quad on another piece for crit rate, it's just you want it as a standard to have at least crit rate on it. Because you have 2 pieces. Let's say you hit quad on something, but then you have 2 pieces that don't have crit rate on it. You're back to normal. So then you're losing so many stats elsewhere. So ultimately, you know, we're looking for, with Swift Parry itself, we're looking for something that would say support or damaging. Now this says support right off the bat, but I'm not rolling 1.5 million silver to see if this hits speed. Because even if it hits speed, it's not guaranteed to hit a high roll 6 speed. I keep saying 7 because you're only going to get 1 speed of it, and I don't want just 1 speed. I want at least 2 to 3 speed on it. Flat attack on that one. Now here's a speed boot. This is exciting. This gets me going. This gets the blood going. So this is a speed boot in Swift Parry with defense, resistance, unfortunately an attack, and an accuracy. Now, this would be ideal for pretty much nobody, but it's exciting because if this wasn't the attack and this was, say, speed, not speed, like what would it be? Like HP? Yeah, HP. So if this was like HP, this would be so exciting. It's not. We're going to roll it just to see what happens. We get defense and attack, unfortunately. So what I was looking for is high defense with some accuracy or some resistance. Then we could put this on like Theo or something like that, Gala or something like that. Maybe not Gala, but you know what I mean, like a support champion, right? But no go. That's unfortunate if it didn't hit the attack. Now, again, for any other account, that might be a really good piece, but not for mine. We want pieces that identify. So here's a crit damage glove and deflection. Really great glove main stat. That gets exciting. Main stat great on a tier 1 deflection set, but then what do we have? We have HP for, I guess, an HP nuker, resistance for support. So now we're kind of go, okay, well, HP goes support, defensive, great. That's awesome for support with a flat attack, but it's crit damage, right? So again, you could try to re-roll that, but I just don't have the pieces for it. Now make sure you're farming your Doom Towers clockwork, as many silver keys as possible. And I can showcase that for you, my Astronix farming team, here in a minute. Just going through, making sure I'm not missing anything. I like to keep a lot of pieces. So the general rule of thumb, you say, well, you always preach don't have a lot of pieces. I do have a lot of pieces because I'm switching out gear. It's a lot different on my end. So when I coach, you know, early game, mid game, late game, early end game, of course I'm going to have separate rules for that. And as a content creator, it's my responsibility to make sure I'm clear on why I have 1,585 pieces and why you should have 300 to 400 pieces. I have an enormous champ pool, and I need to be able to swap at a moment's notice. Maybe I need more HP on something. Maybe I need more defense on something. Maybe I need more speed on something. And I'm carrying a lot of gear that might be good for that. But we are going to go through I'm going to go through 2 things now that I noticed. I'm going to go through the Astronix so you can see that, because I think that's important. All right, so this is really great. This is really, really great. We have the crit rate, okay, attack, crit damage, and then we have HP. Now, there's no speed on this, so this would be more of a PvE piece, but I'm still kind of excited about this. We want it to hit at least 1. Now what we want is to ignore the HP. So we want to really stay away from the HP. And it hits the HP. Unfortunate. Without the speed, it kind of makes it blah. But I could have used that. Really, really unfortunate. But that's the game. That's the way it is. Don't hold on to pieces because you like them. Get rid of them. These are probably need to get purged, honestly. Probably we rolled them up to see if they were going to hit triples and then just didn't edit it. Which we're gonna do that in a minute too. So there's 2 more things we'll go over. But I'm gonna finish and let you guys see. So this is worth rolling. So we're gonna stop there. I just want to hit triple on the speed. It didn't hit that at all. It literally moved out of the way. These are from LA. Just get so much gear from LA. Okay, here we go. Now this is unfortunate. It is a support piece on a Zeal, but I don't want to hit anything but speed. That's it. So this is unfortunate. The attack is kind of gross. If this was crit rate, crit damage, yeah, cool, but it's not. HP gloves, crit rate gloves, defensive gloves in Zeal. I'm just trying to think out loud. I don't typically talk to myself like a weirdo. So we have HP chest piece in Zeal. Defensive, attack, crit damage, speed. So this is really, really worth rolling. But unless it hits speed, just not worth anything. So I know what you're saying. You're saying, my God, this is a really great piece. And you have to watch the other videos to get to where I'm at right now in my mind. But this is a schizophrenic piece. We have attack and crit damage, and then possibly defense for an attack multiplier with speed. So there's no crit rate on this, so it's not it can't be an attacking piece, a damaging piece. So then it becomes a support piece. Well, defense is great for support, attack not, and crit damage really not, to be honest with you. It's just not. You're saying, oh, well, I'm going through campaign. I need some damage on my champs. Yes. You can get Sifi and damage gear, and you can clear bosses. That's true. That is true. That's worth a roll. What are you looking for here? That's exactly what we're looking for. I wouldn't mind 2 in speed, and that's unfortunate. I'm curious to see if we can hit the trip. And we hit the speed. For anybody else, that's probably a good piece. No, not probably. That's a really good piece. Para me, no. 9. So 5-star mythical, worth. If it hits, it didn't hit. Have a nice day. HP gloves with high speed, high res. That's about all. I would like to see the speed here. Negative. That's really, again, unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, this is raid, and this is it's so exciting. I get like, this is the part where it's like, oh my God, I could actually make a difference in my account right now. So I don't understand why. Well, I do understand. I think I'm keeping these. I don't have rework, so I'm holding these. I'm not going to even do anything right now for those. I'm holding these because Pharaoh is top tier, and we want yeah. So we want, like, I want to re-roll these to speed rolls. Pharaoh is top tier gear, so I want to keep those and just re-roll those later. It's just they're there. I know that they're there. I'm like the weird OCD guy that just notices everything out of place. I know my account really, really well. I'm gonna keep this. It's unfortunate. It's an attack glove. Would have been awesome if there was crit rate here. I'm gonna try to roll it though. Re-roll that. So I'm not gonna do anything with that because that's top tier gear as well. If you can get Stone Cleaver, you're in good shape. Like even one set of support of damaging sub rolls. And I hope this video helps. I really hate this kind of ad-lib stuff, but you guys absolutely love the ad-lib stuff. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to try to roll this. I really just want to hit the mythical quad rolls. We did not get it, so that's unfortunate. Like, this is really good, but it's not worth on my account. Again, don't fall in love with pieces, man. It's not worth it. You're going to get more. I know it seems like, oh, I got a Mercurio piece. I want it. I need it. I got to have it. But it's just not good. Like, Cut it clean. Cut it clean. Okay. So there's that. Let's see if I can get... I'm going to show you this real quick. But this is a really good... actually, I only do this once. Well, how many keys do I have? 10. So let's keep it even. So basically, you're going to want to make sure he's geared because it's important. A little pump up for you. This guy's... I think he's completely ungeared. Yeah, he's got a couple of pieces. But basically... You're going to go into this, if it'll let me go in. Perfect time to get a drink. It's like whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole, whack-a-mole. Okay. Now he clobbers Mr. And that's it. 12 seconds, 6 turns, and then you just farm the good loot, right? I would recommend doing this and not wasting a single solitary key. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let me just go ahead and do it. Is this going to hurt me in the long run? No. So we'll do all of them. We'll do all of them. We're here. You know, audience wants stream-like YouTube content. Okay. I submit. I submit. Wait, why are we hitting them? Oh, they outsped us somehow. Interesting. Oh, I didn't get the proc. So this does happen. Hold on one second. Let me see here for a second. I think he's missing it's Gore Crescent. So we must have switched it for LA. That's actually unfortunate and embarrassing as well. We had to switch it. We had to pull off. Probably there was a cat's eye on here and we had to pull it off for somebody. When I was doing this before, I moved the Essence on here. Essence Reaver on here. And it worked. It was good. It was actually really good. But I don't have enough Essence Reavers. Or I would just keep it on him all the time, honestly. So we have the Gore Crescent on here for now. Which I might invest some time into leveling a Gore Crescent. Because I just don't have enough Essence Reavers. It sucks. The relics are an interesting mechanic. I feel like it's time to do some tweaking. It's time to look at the relics. And I think they are. But it is time. It is time. And I don't just mean mythicals, guys. I mean, I'm talking about Cat's Eyes. There's a lot of legendary. There's a really imbalance. Let me get my thoughts out. There's a real imbalance of using food on what you need to develop, and there's not enough good food that drops, or should I say, there's too much food being dropped, and then there's not enough mythicals, of course, but then there is too much just junk. And I know that they need food, so Polarium's like, okay, let's do food. And that's all fine and dandy, but we need other stuff, right? Okay. So now, how do I purge 1,537 pieces without interrupting my environment, my ecosystem here? Well, let's just start with the boots, because I always like to do this, and it's just a good practice to get in the habit of things. So unused boots, I have 221 boots. Okay, that was a nice little detour. Sometimes you got to do that when you're gear cleansing. You just kind of turn on your music or whatever it is that you do, and go do something and then come back. Get up, walk around, whatever. All right. So what I want to do here is I want to see how many speed boots I have. So out of the 221, I have 98 speed boots. All right. Now I know my count, so those speed boots are solid. I want to keep... I'm not going to do anything with the speed boots. But I am curious, because it's been a while since I actually sat down, because I've been doing so many LAs now and just competing at a high level, coalition. It's just like nonstop trying to compete, and you just don't have a lot of time. I hold a real job. We've got real life. I'm a human being, right? Like I'm not just sitting here at a computer 24 hours a day. So I'm not going to touch these because these are my nuking pieces. I already know that without speed, these are more reactionary pieces. But I am curious. So we have an attacking boot here, low crit rate. I'm wondering why this is kept. I think it was removed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is removed off of somebody. Low HP nuking. No, it's attack nuking. So this is like not a good piece at all. Yes. That was a part of someone's set though, but whatever. HP. Again, just not a good piece. Maybe we were keeping it for a reroll or something. Attack. Flat attack. Again, just not a good piece. HP with defense, HP, res, 0 speed on this, so this becomes a little problematic. And then HP, good defensive rolls. I think this is just gear that's been removed a while ago that we don't need anymore. Stone skin without speed. This is definitely kept a reroll. So what I'll do is I'll mark something really weird. Either I'll send it just a 1, or I'll keep it at 15 or something like that. Just something odd that says, hey, this is, hey, stupid, this is something cool. I think I'm going to try to re-roll that, so we'll keep that one. Defensive boots, crit damage, 20. Yeah, we can keep that. Defensive boots, accuracy, HP, flat defense, probably not worth keeping. Defensive boots, crit rate low, flat defense, no, not worth keeping. Defensive with HP, crit damage, crit rate, accuracy, still not worth keeping. And so this is the part where at the very top, it does get a little tedious and meticulous in the gear cleansing. When you have like this and if I had all day, this would be done, but I don't have all day. We need to get on and fix some stuff. We got 2 that we need to fix right now. So this is not worth keeping. I think this was like rolled and then just forgotten about. And this happens with, multiple drivers on an account. They come on and they'll roll something and then they'll keep it or something. I don't know why that was there. So HP with nothing worth usable. Now there's a way to do this, but I actually want to eyeball these pieces because I want to know why they're actually here. Bolster set, I think this was used for Brogni. This is definitely a reroll. This is definitely a reroll because of the triple. We'll keep that. Sonic, I know. Supersonic, I know. Slayer, I know. Feral, yes, Feral. We don't have to touch. Pinpoint, we don't have to touch. Stone Cleaver. So crit rate. It's a defensive nuking piece with an attack. Yeah, we're re-rolling that. Flat HP 2. No, this is probably a Wait. Was that a rework? Is that what we were doing? I think we were trying that. Flat defense, unfortunate. Ooh. At least they made it so bad that it's not worth looking over. Rebirth, I already know that's worth keeping, and all the Mercurials were worth keeping. Okay, so now we know that in the primary section of all of the other stats other than the speed, that 35 of them are worth keeping on my account. So in my opinion, all the boots are accounted for, and for the most part, and we're good to go there. So now we move to chest. Now, what I like to do with chest is I like to rule out all of the flat stat main primary stats first, which are feral. I'm keeping those, and that's normal for my account when you do something like that because I will rework it. So then I start breaking it into HP, attack, defense, res, and accuracy, all without. Oh man, I gotta fix that. I do that a lot when I stream or I'm recording. I'll rule out stuff, or I'll miss stuff, or I'll misspeak. I've learned. Okay, so those are all my HP. No, what we want to do. Good Lord, I wanted to see the flat stat ones. So we know that. Okay, these are all top tier. These are all top tier gear. Probably looking for rerolls. All that to say. Okay, so now we're going to go to HP. First things first, we want 5 pieces without speed, and we want to see why. So here's an HP Stone Skin. It has a mythical, and it hit 2 and 2. This is 100% a reroll. It's obviously bad, right? It's obviously bad. Now it could be used for like an HP nuker, but there's no speed on it, so that's not it. It's definitely a reroll. Bolster, I know that's usage. I know that usage. Pinpoint without speed. Oh, it's a reroll. It's a reroll. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be reroll. So, yeah. Reworked already. Yeah, this is a sell. I don't know why. What are we keeping this for? Attack flat? No, this is nothing. All right, so then we go to defense or attack. I'm not going to go through all of this. I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek onto something that I believe none of you really have had the opportunity for. Again, all those are top tier. So if I see something out of the norm, like this regen, HP, crit damage, no speed on it. So honestly, this can now be just removed. I think that was for one of the epics in a CC run, which is fine. I'm not sure what that's here, but I am going to keep that though. It's not the greatest. Okay, so those are all accounted for. Res, I'm a little more particular with my res gear than normal. I don't see why this would ever be used. We could try to double roll it. It didn't happen, so have a nice day. And I don't like a lot of res gear. There's only a couple of champions that benefit from it, so we can look at this. Accuracy, resistance, probably good. Probably good. Because they're hitting resistance, that's why. Okay, that would be good for like UDK or something, or Freya or something. All right, so that is the end of the chest. I hope this helped a little bit. So now we're down to, what do we got here? We're down to 1,500 and something pieces, right? So we're down to 1,523 pieces. Ideal because we can swap these in and out. I like my account a lot. It's pretty fun. But anyways, any questions or comments, head down to the comments. Head over to the Discord. Head to the stream. We got YouTube Live. We got Twitch. We got viewers galore. We have a community that's just blossoming and just an ecosystem that's safe. If you want to feel protected, so, you know, just because I'm an elite, I'm not an elitist, right? Come in, ask your questions. Like, please ask your questions. I was where you were at. I know what it's like to go, wait, what's a bommel? What's stone skin? You know, where do you get stone skin at? Those aren't dumb questions, okay? There really is no dumb question unless you're trolling. So come be a part of the community and come be a part of what we're doing. I'm trying to raise more people up to get to end game so we can have more competition. You know, every season it's the same, you know, same 3 people at the top. Crypto, BZK, Vampire, you know, like it's time to move forward. It's time to move forward. So again, I hope you enjoyed this. This is the unedited from the hip, you know, sneak peek into my gear, into my account. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something, more importantly.